The Amazon has never been truly quiet, but now it is uncovering secrets it kept for ages. Strange beings, no story ever recorded, and forms of life that seem impossible. It feels like this thick rainforest has unlocked its darkest pages, and these oddities are emerging. The Yalta Zoo houses a rare biological anomaly, a two-headed albino snake affected by bicephaly, a condition caused when an embryo partially splits during development. Each head functions independently, often competing for movement and food, sometimes even striking at the other. Its albino coloration further increases its rarity. Zookeepers closely supervise feedings to prevent injury and ensure both heads are nourished, as such animals rarely survive long in the wild due to poor coordination. Scientists study the snake to examine how separate neural pathways and brains develop, raising questions about consciousness and identity in reptiles. The specimen has drawn global attention, with visitors sharing images widely online. Security footage captured a massive spider descending a residential staircase with alarming speed and control. The arachnid moved in powerful bounds, covering multiple steps at once, its size far exceeding that of typical household spiders, and appearing large enough to threaten human safety. No other motion appears in the frame, leaving its purpose, hunting or escape, unclear. Experts remain divided on identification. Some arachnologists suggest a huntsman spider, known for its size and agility, while others speculate it could be an escaped exotic species, possibly an unusually large tarantula. The video ends abruptly, offering no resolution. The incident underscores how limited our understanding remains of the creatures that coexist with humans, and how certain species may be adapting in unexpected ways. Have you ever encountered any strange creatures that defied your understanding? Let's discuss in the comments section. Lonesome George marked the extinction of an entire species and remains one of conservation's most painful losses. This Pinta Island tortoise lived nearly 100 years, relatively young for a species capable of reaching 2 centuries. Discovered in 1971 as the last known survivor on Pinta Island in the Galapagos, George became the focus of decades-long conservation efforts. Scientists attempted to breed him with closely related subspecies in hopes of preserving part of his genetic legacy, but every attempt failed, leaving him the last of his kind. Housed at the Charles Darwin Research Station, George became an international symbol of biodiversity loss and the consequences of human interference. When he died in 2012, scientists lost an entire evolutionary branch. His body was preserved through taxidermy as an educational display, allowing future generations to study his species and reflect on what was permanently lost. Australia's reputation for unusual wildlife intensified when villagers reported an 8-foot arthropod resembling a massive millipede. Its countless legs moved in a rippling wave, allowing it to travel with unexpected speed and grace. Witnesses described its size as far beyond any known species, suggesting either an undiscovered variant or a survivor resembling ancient arthropods from Earth's distant past. Videos and photos spread rapidly, drawing wildlife experts eager to study the creature. Days later, its remains were found, preventing live observation. Scientists collected tissue samples for genetic analysis, with early theories proposing a possible link to Carboniferous-era arthropods, a finding that could reshape understanding of evolutionary survival. In 2021, rural farm footage captured a goat walking upright on its hind legs, with human-like posture and balance. The movement appeared controlled, not accidental, creating an unsettling resemblance to human locomotion. Nearby chickens oddly followed the goat, adding to the mystery. Veterinarians suggested explanations ranging from neurological issues to learned behavior, though none fully explained its ease and confidence. The incident sparked debate over animal intelligence, adaptation, and whether environmental or genetic factors might be influencing behavior in unexpected ways. Did you like this video? Tap the like button to let us know this content is making a difference. And if you're watching on your phone, be sure to press the hype button right below. A rescued puppy in Russia revealed its true identity as it rapidly grew into a North American gray wolf, one of the largest wolf subspecies, capable of reaching 175 pounds and standing over 3 feet tall. Unusual blue-purple eyes, massive paws, and genetic testing confirmed the truth. Despite its size and predatory lineage, the wolf formed a strong bond with its human caretaker, showing loyalty and affection while retaining wild intelligence. The relationship raised legal and ethical issues, as wolf ownership is restricted, but separation proved impossible. Wildlife experts studied the case, noting the wolf's gentle behavior challenged stereotypes and offered insights into human-wolf coexistence and conservation. Massive tentacles stunned beachgoers on the Peruvian coast when a giant octopus washed ashore. Measuring over 20 feet across, the deep-sea cephalopod was among the largest recorded in the region. Marine biologists collected tissue samples and documentation before decomposition advanced. The species normally inhabits deep trenches, and its appearance raised concerns about climate change, pollution, and ecosystem disruption. Fishermen also reported unusual offshore disturbances beforehand, suggesting broader deep-sea activity. Ukrainian farmers are facing a mysterious predator that is attacking their livestock herds. Night attacks followed a clear pattern, prompting organized hunts that led to the creature's capture. It resembled an African fox but with elongated limbs, oversized ears, piercing teeth, and unsettlingly intelligent eyes. DNA tests showed markers from multiple species, baffling experts. Theories ranged from unknown hybrids to experimental origins, raising fears about what other altered creatures might exist. In Louisiana's forests, a deer appeared with severely twisted antlers covered in tumor-like growths, signaling abnormal development. Similar deformities soon appeared in other wildlife, including rabbits with extra limbs, malformed birds, and unusually colored fish. Investigations revealed environmental contamination. Water and soil tests showed industrial chemicals linked to decades of improper waste disposal. Tissue samples confirmed widespread genetic disruption. Despite its deformities, the deer survived and moved with surprising agility, becoming a living indicator of ecological damage. Growing reports from hunters turned the animal into a symbol of human impact on ecosystems and sparked debate over environmental responsibility. Researchers in Central Africa documented a rare two-headed ball python suffering from bicephaly, a condition caused by incomplete embryonic separation. Each head had its own brain and instincts, often competing for control and even striking at each other during feeding. Survival in the wild would be nearly impossible, requiring specialized captive care. Brain scans revealed two independent neural networks, offering scientists insight into consciousness, identity, and neurological development in vertebrates. Forest workers discovered insects so perfectly camouflaged they appeared to be living bark. Known as pine guys, these insects mimic tree texture, color, and movement, feeding on pine resin and remaining undetected for centuries. Entomologists found their camouflage adapts seasonally, highlighting how much biodiversity remains hidden within forest ecosystems. A laboratory documented a chameleon rendered transparent through diaphanization, a scientific process that clears soft tissues while staining bones and cartilage. Enzymes and chemical baths applied over weeks or months revealed the animal's internal anatomy without dissection. The skeleton appeared vividly colored beneath clear skin, exposing ribs, vertebrae, organs, and vessels in three-dimensional detail. Such specimens are prized by museums and schools because they make complex anatomy accessible and demonstrate how scientific techniques can transform familiar animals into powerful educational tools. A stream survey recorded an unusually large crayfish with intensely glowing red eyes. Initial skepticism gave way to confirmation by biologists, who linked the effect to light reflection or bioluminescence influenced by local conditions. Water tests revealed unusual mineral concentrations that may explain both the size and eye glow, suggesting environmental pressures from human activity. Despite its appearance, the crayfish behaved normally and appeared robust, raising questions about adaptive advantages. In ancient oak forests, a traveler encountered tiny white forms drifting through the air and moving lightly across tree surfaces, their fluffy bodies and precise motion giving them an otherworldly appearance. Their gentle, floating movements appeared deliberate, blurring the line between folklore and wildlife observation. Closer study revealed they were woolly aphids, small insects coated in waxy white filaments. These filaments protect against predators, regulate temperature and moisture, and allow the insects to disperse on air currents. Their unusual look and motion are not mystical but the result of highly specialized adaptation. Woolly aphids are an example of camouflage through misdirection, appearing so unlike typical insects that predators often fail to identify them as prey. The encounter highlights how easily unfamiliar biological adaptations can be mistaken for the supernatural, and how scientific understanding can transform confusion into clarity. Remote snowy landscapes became the setting for an encounter that challenged the boundaries between known and unknown wildlife. A massive creature crossed the frozen terrain, its blob-like form defying easy classification while displaying clear awareness and purposeful movement. The creature appeared large enough to pose a potential threat, with behavior suggesting investigation or hunting rather than aimless wandering. Its coloration and shape blended seamlessly with the snow, rendering it nearly invisible until it moved. The unusual appearance may have resulted from dense winter fur, extreme cold adaptations requiring significant body mass, or the possibility of an unknown species uniquely evolved for harsh climates. Researchers analyzing the footage proposed multiple explanations. Some suggested a surviving population of extinct megafauna, while others believed it could be a previously undiscovered species isolated in remote polar regions. Its apparent ease in the environment indicated strong adaptation to extreme conditions. Cherokee National Forest became the site of an extraordinary discovery when explorers encountered what appeared to be a remarkably well-preserved dinosaur specimen. Its condition challenged established paleontological understanding, as it looked far fresher than fossils typically found from millions of years ago. The specimen closely resembled an Appalachiosaurus, a theropod dinosaur that lived around 77 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. Unlike typical fossils, its bones remained articulated in lifelike positions, and traces of soft tissue seemed intact, suggesting rapid burial and extremely rare preservation conditions. The discovery sparked debate about unknown preservation mechanisms, and the possibility that some fossils might contain recoverable genetic material. Carbon dating and genetic analysis were essential to determine the specimen's true age and composition, with results that could significantly alter understanding of ancient life and fossilization processes. German forest became the site of a remarkable encounter when a tourist recorded a creature resembling a griffin, combining the body of a lion with the wings and head of an eagle. Its hybrid anatomy appeared functional rather than malformed, pointing to either an unknown evolutionary development or the survival of a species long considered mythical. Medieval texts describe griffins as powerful guardians, and regional folklore contains numerous references to similar creatures, implying such legends may have originated from real encounters. The footage prompted additional reports from the same mountainous area, suggesting multiple individuals may inhabit the remote forests. Cryptozoologists noted that increased human activity in previously undisturbed regions could explain the recent rise in sightings. Amazon River expeditions reached legendary status when fishermen encountered a massive pirarucu that redefined trophy catches. The freshwater giant weighed over 300 pounds and required several people to lift it into the boat without risking capsizing. Pirarucu are among the Amazon's largest predators, capable of exceeding 10 feet in length and surviving largely unchanged for millions of years, earning them the title of living fossils. Their ability to breathe air allows them to thrive in oxygen-poor waters where most large fish cannot survive. The specimen provided valuable data for scientists studying fish populations and ecosystem health. Individuals of this size are increasingly rare due to overfishing and habitat loss. Estimated to be several decades old, the fish represented a remnant of a time when such giants were more common. Local communities have relied on pirarucu for centuries, combining traditional fishing methods with modern conservation efforts to ensure their survival. Pond exploration revealed a rare biological anomaly when observers found a turtle that appeared to be two individuals fused into one body. The animal had two distinct body sections sharing a single shell, with each side attempting to move independently. This condition resulted from incomplete twinning during embryonic development, creating conjoined twins in a reptile. Each section retained its own nervous system and motor control, leading to constant conflict over movement and feeding. Despite severe coordination challenges, the turtle's survival demonstrated notable adaptability. Movement proved difficult, as each half often tried to swim in different directions, causing the turtle to spin rather than travel forward. Feeding posed similar problems, with both sections competing for the same food and interfering with one another. Veterinarians noted that such turtles face serious risks in the wild due to poor mobility and feeding difficulties. Without human intervention and specialized care, most conjoined turtles do not survive long. Petrified Snake. Forest hiking took an archaeological turn when a traveler discovered a scene seemingly frozen in time, a horned snake with a frog trapped halfway in its mouth, both preserved as if they had been turned to stone. The find captured a predator-prey interaction at its most dramatic instant. The snake's horned appearance suggested a species rarely encountered today. While horned snakes exist in several regions, they are typically small and elusive, making this specimen's size and state of preservation especially notable. Such horns may serve defensive purposes or play a role in mating displays. Paleontologists debated whether the scene resulted from natural mummification, mineral replacement, or another rapid process that halted decomposition. The exceptional detail in both animals pointed to swift preservation, and comparable examples are extremely rare in the fossil record. Thailand became the focus of a biological mystery when locals discovered a newborn animal resembling ancient mythological descriptions of Cyclops creatures. The tiny animal had a single fully formed eye centered on its face, creating an appearance that was both striking and unsettling. Scientists identified the cause as cyclopia, a rare developmental condition in which facial features fail to separate properly during embryonic growth. Cyclopia occurs across multiple species but is extremely uncommon and typically incompatible with survival, making this case notable because the animal initially appeared active and viable. Genetic analysis showed no signs of artificial manipulation or abnormal DNA, confirming the condition developed naturally. Aside from disruptions in the pathway controlling facial formation, the genome was otherwise normal. This suggested cyclopia may occur more frequently than documented but usually results in non-viable offspring. The discovery drew international attention from researchers studying developmental biology and genetic expression, as it offered rare insight into how facial structures form and what factors can interfere with that process. Thai forest patrols uncovered skeletal remains that appeared to defy classification within known animal taxonomy, leading some to speculate about extraterrestrial origins. The bones showed proportions more reminiscent of science fiction than terrestrial biology. Elongated limbs and an oversized cranium suggested adaptation to conditions unlike those on Earth, while bone density analysis indicated a structure both lighter and stronger than typical animal skeletons, raising questions about unusual evolutionary pressures or a different gravitational environment. Attempts to extract DNA produced puzzling results. Government involvement following the discovery intensified speculation. The skeleton was removed from public view, and research findings were classified, fueling conspiracy theories about hidden knowledge of alien contact and secret programs. Japanese shopping centers became unexpected stages for a cryptozoological mystery when security footage showed what appeared to be a hybrid creature with avian and primate traits. Dubbed the gorilla crow, the animal displayed a broad stance, wings held like arms, and a posture that suggested muscular development seemingly impossible for any known bird. Ornithologists later identified the creature as a large-billed crow engaged in a thermoregulatory behavior known as sunning. By spreading its wings and body, the bird maximized exposure to sunlight, which created the illusion of exaggerated bulk and strength. While this explanation accounted for the posture, some observers felt it did not fully explain the crow's apparent size and mass. The incident illustrated how lighting, camera angles, and unfamiliar animal behaviors can transform ordinary wildlife into something seemingly extraordinary. Once shared online, the footage quickly went viral, inspiring theories about mutation, evolution, and genetic experimentation. Peruvian fishing expeditions gained legendary status when anglers landed a massive grouper that required industrial equipment to move from beach to market. Weighing over 300 kilograms, it ranked among the largest specimens ever recorded in South American waters. Groupers are among the ocean's most formidable predators, capable of reaching enormous sizes in deep environments where food is plentiful and predation is low. They can live for decades, steadily gaining mass and developing powerful jaws capable of consuming large prey, including smaller sharks and rays. Marine biologists examining the grouper found signs of exceptional age and sustained growth, pointing to optimal habitat conditions. Its size suggested a healthy marine ecosystem able to support apex predators at the top of the food chain. The catch brought notable economic benefits to the local community, while also underscoring conservation concerns, as groupers of this magnitude are increasingly rare due to overfishing pressure. Leopard seals rank among the most dangerous predators in the frozen waters surrounding Antarctica. Yet nothing prepared one man for what he encountered on a dark, isolated beach. Sweeping his flashlight across the sand, he assumed the moving shape ahead was a stranded fish. Instead, the beam revealed a leopard seal lying on shore, its smooth, powerful body stretched across the beach, giving it an almost reptile-like appearance that instantly triggered fear. With a head shaped somewhere between a wolf's and a serpent's, leopard seals are infamous for their strength and their role as skilled penguin hunters. This animal lifted its head toward the light, its eyes reflecting brightly in the darkness, then slowly slid back into the ocean, The moment lasted only seconds, but it left a lasting impact. Encounters like this remind us that danger can emerge without warning, challenging the belief that any place is ever completely safe. Australia is not only famous for kangaroos and dangerous spiders, it is also home to Knickers, a Holstein steer standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing about 1.5 tons. Knickers became well known because his enormous size made him unsuitable for standard slaughterhouses. His towering black and white body looked like a living monument, and that sheer size ended up saving his life while turning him into an online celebrity. On the other end of the scale is Rani, a cow from Bangladesh who gained attention for being incredibly small. At only 20 inches tall and weighing just 57 pounds, Rani was recognized as the smallest cow in the world. The contrast between Knickers and Rani shows how extreme size differences can exist within the same species. These two animals highlight the remarkable variety found in nature, where being unusually large or unusually small can make an individual truly unforgettable. Labeled as the ugliest animal in the world, the blobfish has become a symbol of nature's odd creatures. However, the real story behind its appearance is far more unfortunate. The soft and droopy face people recognize is not how the blobfish normally looks in its natural environment. Blobfish live deep in the ocean, far below the surface, where water pressure is intense enough to crush a human body. In those depths, the fish has a normal shape with a smooth and firm body designed to survive extreme pressure. When it is brought to the surface, the sudden loss of pressure causes damage to its structure, turning it into a shapeless mass. This well-known look is the result of being removed from its habitat. The blobfish serves as a reminder that the deep ocean is still largely unknown, and quick judgments often miss the full truth. These 27 encounters represent just a fraction of the extraordinary creatures that share our planet, hidden in remote locations and emerging only when circumstances align to reveal their existence. The next time you venture into wild places or encounter something that seems impossible, remember these stories. The boundary between known and unknown remains fluid, and the most extraordinary discoveries often come from the most unexpected encounters. Nature's creativity knows no bounds, and somewhere out there, the next terrifying creature awaits discovery. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. And if you like to explore more fascinating things about mysterious creatures, check out my video of 25 creatures that have been recorded around the world, from the dense jungles of the Philippines to the craters of Nicaragua, from the deserts of India to the forests of Japan. Click on the card displayed on the screen now. Enjoy the video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.